The course options link has some very cool features. This video will demonstrate the ones I think are really amazing. So right here in the same area where your course image is, you'll see this course options. Now you'll only see that in a course in which you're an admin, so not in the course where you're just a student. When you click on that, there are several options, and we're going to look at several of them. The first one is View Course As. So when I click on that, it gives me the option to view my course as any member of my course or as a parent that's associated with my course. So I'm going to scroll down here, and Heather Raleigh has given me permission to use her student account. So I'll click on that. And you'll see that a banner appears along the top here that says, "This is how your course looks to Mrs. Raleigh." And then I can see the course as she sees it. A lot of it will look very similar to what I'm seeing as a teacher. But for example, if I click here on the materials, I'll see that only weeks 1, 2, and 3 are showing. In my teacher course, week 4 is there, but it's not been released to students yet, so Heather can't see that yet. And another thing I can see is the grades. So I can look at the grades by clicking here in the left area, and this opens up the grades as Heather would see it. So as a teacher, when I click on grades, I get my grade book with all of my students listed and all of the assignments. But since I'm viewing it as a student, I get to see exactly what the student sees. When I'm finished, I can click the Back to Course button, and now I'm back in the course as a teacher. All right, so let's look at another option here in the course options. Send a message is a handy way to send a message to all the members of your course, to admins, members, or parents. So not for individual messages, but can be handy if you're going to send a message to a group. If you want to send a message to an individual, use this little envelope icon here in the upper right area by your name, and that will allow you to message individuals. Another of the course options that's cool is this Edit Privacy Course Settings feature. So let's click on that. And the settings on this page are either Schoology's default settings or settings determined by our school admin. But one important setting for you as a teacher is this default landing page. So Schoology's default is the materials page, and I think that for most courses with K-12 students, that's a good choice. So when the students open the course, it lands on the materials page. And if you want that to be your landing page, do nothing, because that is the default for Schoology. With my course, since you're all adults, I wanted you to land on the updates page first, and that was just my choice, so up to you completely. But you can make that change right here. If you do make a change, make sure to save changes there. All right, and I'm going to click on my little breadcrumb up here to go back to my course. And then I want to show you the moderation feature. So here where it says moderate posts, we're going to click on that. And there's actually two parts to this. The first part is this right here in the right area. It says enable moderation. As a teacher, you can enable moderation for your course. So if I click on that, then I get this pop-up message that says, "Are you sure you want to enable it?" And if I click enable, then I'm now in moderation mode, and I need to click this to disable it. So in this case, you will need to approve each comment, update, and response that your students post before it is made public. So this is a personal choice for you as a teacher. The default is for moderation not to be enabled. This is where you enable it. If you choose not to enable moderation, students' posts are immediately viewable, just as they are in the course that you are in, our Schoology's Most Amazing Features course. I prefer this setting because it feels more authentic, more like the real world to me. Plus, I monitor my courses closely, and I can always delete a post that doesn't follow our class posting guidelines. Some teachers prefer enabling moderation, So because they want to read all of the posts before making them public. So that's completely up to you. But the second part of the feature is this deleted post area. You know that a student can delete their own posts, but guess what? They are not really gone. The deleted post is displayed here where the teacher can view it. So sometimes a student will delete a post because he notices a spelling or grammatical error, but another time a student might delete a post because it was inappropriate. The teacher can view all deleted posts here, and if necessary, have a conversation with the student. So I'm going to use my little breadcrumb feature again here to go back to my course homepage. And those are the features of this course options area that I think are most useful. But feel free to poke around and see what else is in there.